we're gonna bring church to you. Well, church may still look a little different, but we are so excited about staying connected, which way from our church online studio to right where you are at home. So let's get ready and worship our God.
You died and rose again. My God, I'm lonely and I give my all.
play the keyboard and read on sheet music like this, it takes hard work to master a piano. It takes hours of drills and practice to learn the keys. Learn how to read the sheet music and put it all together. The same amount of training and hard work goes in winning a football championship. True champions practice hard every day. They endure all sorts of trials and hardships and pain. They lift weights, run drills, study film, and prepare every second they can for the big game. Sometimes we go through struggles in life and not by choice. Those hard times and struggles can still lead us to victory. Whatever happens to us as Christians, we never go alone. God is with us, and God will use those hard times the same as football players use their hard work. All the pain and all the suffering and all the hardship makes us stronger. And when we overcome the odds, it makes the victory much sweeter.
God's story, Paul. So part of God's story is about a man named Paul, and it begins like this. Paul was born in a city called Tarsus. Back then, being born in Tarsus was about as cool as being born in an amusement park. So Paul thought he was cooler than other people, especially the ones who were following Jesus. Paul turned into a real bully. He found ways to get people who were following Jesus thrown in jail, beat up, and even killed. One day, Jesus yelled from the sky, "Paul, Paul, why are you acting this way?" Then Jesus shined a really bright light, brighter than the sun, right into Paul's eyes. Paul couldn't see anything for 3 days. Kids, never look straight at the sun. Remember what happened to Paul. After Paul could see again, he decided to listen to God. And not just listen. Paul decided to spend his whole life telling people about God and God's Son Jesus. Paul knew if he was going to tell people about God, he better get to know God. Paul found different ways to get to know God. Sometimes he fasted, which is when you skip a meal or many meals, and spend time praying to God instead. Other times, he snuck off alone so he could sit and listen to God. Paul said getting to know God was like training to run a big race. Sometimes training for a race takes work, especially if you want to win. Just like it can sometimes take hard work to fast or sit quietly and listen to God. But for Paul, knowing God was way better than winning first place, even if the prize is $1 billion. Once Paul knew God, he was so excited that he wanted to tell everyone, even people he didn't know. Paul became a missionary. A missionary is a person who goes to new places and tells people about Jesus. And even while he was doing this, Paul was writing lots and lots of letters telling other people about Jesus. Now sometimes, Paul found out that not everybody wanted to hear about God, but he told them about God anyway, just to make sure everybody had a chance to hear. Have you ever tried talking to somebody when they weren't listening to you? The people started getting really mad at Paul when he talked. They threw rocks at him, beat him up, put him in jail, and even tried to get rid of him completely. Guess what Paul did? He said he'd be happy to go to jail, get beat up, and even die if it means more people know about Jesus.
This is such a powerful story passage of Scripture. It almost sounds like the kind of speech you'd hear a coach deliver in a locker room. Paul is telling us, the Roman Christians, that they can be brave and fearless because there's nothing, absolutely nothing can defeat them. If God is for us, who can be against us? There's no one who can defeat us because there's no one who can defeat God. Life can throw some pretty hard challenges our way. But Paul reminds us that God is greater than any challenge we will ever face. When we go through hard times, we can give our struggles to Jesus and trust Him. He will give us victory! Our memory verse for this week is found in Romans 8, verse 37. love us. Hey, what's up, kids? Hi, it's me, Teacher Rachel, and it's trivia time! Let's answer this question if the statement is true or false. If your answer is true, let's do the false side-by-side move like this. False, false. And if your answer is false, let's do the whoa! Okay, don't laugh at me because I don't know really how to do it, but come on, let's go. So, question number 1. God gave us Jesus, but we should not expect more from Him. Is it false or true? Yes, it's false. So let's false. False, false. Question number 2. Jesus died to give us new life. What's your answer? Correct! It's true. So let's whoa! Okay, question number 3. Nothing can separate us from God's love. What's your answer? Correct! You're right. So it's true. Let's pump side by side. So pump and then pump. Question number 4. God wants us to face some problems without His help. Is it true or false? Good job, kids. So let's pump again. Then 1, 2. Question number 5. God is bigger than any problem we may face. What's your answer? Awesome! Let's do the whoa! Good job, kids! So next time, bye!
Hanging out with parents make this week's lesson real. When you are watching the video, ask your kids to identify any challenges they see that arise. Ask your kids to identify how the players respond to the challenges they face. Then, ask how they can respond to challenges